Let's go.
Dr. Rosie Milligan, one of the most sought-after speakers on the circuit today. Her live internet talk show, Express Yourself, is the most provocative, thought-provoking, and talked-about radio show on the internet. There's no holds barred, and Dr. Milligan puts the B in bold. She brings it every Tuesday live at 10 a.m. Pacific and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dr. Rosie has been proclaimed the most provocative female writer of the century. Her books include Satisfying the Black Man and Black Woman Sexually Made Simple, Why Black Men Choose White Women, and the book Nigga Please. These books have raised eyebrows across the country. She has authored 21 books and published 350 titles for authors nationwide. Check Dr. Rosie out at drrosie.com for her books, articles, and archives of her internet talk show. Sit at the feet of wisdom. Dr. Milligan is indeed a timekeeper and scorekeeper. She is the clock, calendar, and almanac for Black America. You need to hear her.
Good morning, top of the morning. You're listening to the Express Yourself Hour. I am your host, Dr. Rosie Milligan, coming to you live. You know how we do it around here, folks. Nothing but straight talk up in here. We have a wonderful show for you today, and my co-hosts are, I have two co-hosts. The first one is Mr. Keith Swanson. You know how we call him. He's the AI man. Everybody knows about AI. Now, Keith, when we first started, when people first started calling up here saying, does Keith really exist? I think he's AI. I think they had no idea what AI would come to. That is so amazing because it wasn't a buzzword. I think 2 years ago when we started calling you the AI man, but now the kids and everybody's working AI. AI is taking over, driving cars, telling you direction. Then you know what time Uber gonna pick you up, making menus for you, doing press release bios. AI is just
your taxes, your credit card statement, with legal aid.
Yeah, I mean it's just
we do it all.
Wow.
We do it all.
Be pumping your gas in a minute. Already waiting on people to understand that there's a McDonald's in Texas that's almost total AI dealing with robots.
There's one that's workerless. Yeah, there's one.
That is so interesting. Well, how you doing today, Keith?
I'm doing great, Dr. Rosie. How about yourself?
I'm good. You're getting ready for Black Writers on Tour. It's going down.
It's going down.
Really, only 2 more weeks from now. 2 more. Well, not really quite 2 weeks. Saturday the 27th. Authors coming from all over the country. I'll tell you why I'm so excited later. It's Valley Girl on. Shanae Bourdonnais, my other co-host.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you on?
I am here.
How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. Yes.
Okay. Selling all the houses. All you don't sell, you buy them. You do like my kids did. I had a.
I'm in the process of buying one now. I'm looking for more. So if anybody has somebody who wants to sell anything, I'm here, and I'm looking to buy. So let me know.
All right. Is that wholesale or retail? What you looking for, girl?
I'm looking for. I don't care if the property needs work or whatever. I do buy. I do buy below market.
Okay.
But I buy them as is, no commissions. They can call me directly and deal with me directly if they're looking to sell. My number is 818-201-6565. If you're looking to sell, I am ready to buy.
Well, all right, then. You guys are telling me interest rates are high, but they may be higher. It's never a bad time to buy because you got good credit. Never. You can always refinance.
Dr. Rosie, I was looking at some properties I was looking to buy back in 2013, 14. I just accidentally ran across the property. And they were by Pickford and La Cienega. They just had it was written down, and I said it was $550,000.
Wow.
I didn't buy it because I thought it was a little high.
It's a little high,
Yeah, I thought it was a little high.
Yeah. Back then.
Girl, $2.5 million and so forth. Yeah. So it's never, ever, ever too late to buy properties. Properties will always go up. Always, always, always. So, yes.
Well, you guys, you heard it straight from the professional. She knows what's happening in the real estate business.
Yes,
Well, you guys, we have a great show for you today. Yeah, y'all need to say Can y'all say that? Oh, we are going to talk about, and women get so angry when I say anything that doesn't pump them up. They always want to be pumped up. And I like to pump them up, but I like to tell the truth so we can help change the narrative for the next generation. Because I think there's a lot of power. In fact, I don't think I know there's a lot of power in the hands of women. And a lot of the men, and historically, have done great things, would tell you that they had a woman by their side. And I'm not talking about you, their wife or their girlfriend.
Had a great 92, yep.
Yeah, absolutely. So today we're going to talk about 5 things Black women can do to change the economic plight for Black America.
Okay.
We're going to take a close-up look at the new mindset Black women must develop to save Black America or else. So I know what the women going to call up here. Why you feel like we got to say we raising a kid, we head of the household, we already doing everything. Why you trying to put everything on us Black women?
Because it's on you.
It's in your hands, sister. I don't care what you say. I understand the situation that you're rearing your children by yourself. I understand that. That's what makes it more in your hand. I'm not blaming you. I'm not saying there's anything negative about you. I'm just saying let's look at what is. Let's face the condition that we have in African American community, and let's deal with it. We're not going to cast blame. You know, if a person has cancer, it doesn't matter what caused the cancer. It's cancer is cancer. So we need to look at what's taking place in our community. And I know women can change the paradigm. They really can. And well, you've been doing it all the time. I mean, Black women have always stood up and helped push the wagon along. Even back in slavery, when we first came here, Black women, they would go to the door and talk to the white man, tell them a piece of their mind, tell them their husband not there. They had to hide him out. I mean, she was really the protector. That's why I say in my book, Nigga Please, that the Black woman is reared in reverse order to nature. Reverse order to nature. She's the only woman on the planet that you consistently hear use the word, I'm the backbone. I'm an independent woman. No other women talk about that. But Black women talk about being independent because for so many years they've had to stand alone. So many years they've had to take care of the kids by themselves. When the man many times had to leave, had to run out from the South, go up north, and sometimes he came back and got his family, and sometimes he didn't even make it back. But she was there rearing those children, okay? And she did it, and she did a good job. So the Black women have always been out in the forefront. Madam C.J. Walker. You can go down the line, women that has been in the forefront, even on the fighting line. Harriet Tubman. Throw some more out there, Keith.
Ida
B. Wells.
Zora Neale
Hurston. Got tired of Black men, being lynched. Started her own newspaper. It just go down the line, folks. Black women have been there, and we allow other people to make us become docile because they say, Black women, you bossy, you trying to control. Who care about control? Get the job done. We don't care who get it done, whether it's a Black man or the Black woman. Because they wasn't something. Nobody was mad at Harriet Tubman.
No.
What's her name with the voting? What's her name? You know how they beat her? She was trying to get people in the voting. You know who I'm talking about because they beat her first.
You remember her name. Yeah. Yep.
But it goes on. Then nobody said, well, she shouldn't be out there trying to get people to vote. That's a man's job. Why we come up with this man's job? What's a man supposed to do? What a woman's supposed to do? That's Caucasian stuff, okay? That's not black stuff. Black women, you can trace back to your motherland, how she was in the marketplace with her baby on her back, in the marketplace selling, running her business, entrepreneur. What's the heck wrong with black women over here? Who are you trying to emulate? You're not Caucasian clones. So go back and do what you need to do to make it work for your family. So we say there are things that the black woman needs to do, a new mindset, and she can change the dynamics of what we're seeing in our community. Now, that's my belief, and I'm going to talk about the 5 things. But what do you think about that, Shawana? And then Keith, what do you think? Do you feel like a black woman has a powerful role that she can play in changing the narrative for the black family from an economic standpoint?
There's, they have to, because there's 2.5 million more black women than there are black men. So they have to.
How many more?
2.5 million.
Yeah. No, I think we can definitely make a difference. I mean, I want to make a difference in our with our people, because, somebody has to step up. And I think women, especially black women these days, we're pretty strong. We're independent. And, I think that we can teach, share, show, and grow and teach people unity, because that's what we need to do. Is we need to unify as one, and really start to uplift each other as opposed to pull each other down. We can't pull each other down. We have to uplift in order for our community, our black community, to grow the way we want to. And yes, strong black women can and will make a difference.
Yeah. What did Harold Melvin and Blue Notes wake up everybody? The world won't change if
wake up everybody.
The world won't get no
better. Time to teach a new way. Yes.
Yeah. You got to change it. So.
Well, number one. Yeah, it's time for a change. Someone did that. It's time for a change. Number one, black women got to stop growing up sorry boys. That's what I said. Don't you call up here in my face about that. No. Need to stop growing up sorry boys. You let them grow up, they don't do anything. Well, that's a woman's job. They need to wash the dishes. They need to cook. If you're not taking clothes to clean, they need to iron. They need to do anything that they need to do to survive if they had to do it by themselves.
They need to read, because that's the biggest problem with black boys is only 10% of them can read at grade level. They need to read. They need to know how to do math. You have to sit there. Even if you don't know how to do it, you sit there and listen to them read. I remember this in the spook that sat by the door, right? Mm-hmm. He said his grandmother couldn't even read, right? But she mouthed the words. And while he's sitting there trying to read, right, he ran home because he knew he was teaching his grandmother to read, right? She inspired him to read and get his education and get into the CIA. She inspired him, okay? Mm-hmm. Just by effort, just by being there.
And that's what women going to have to do. Stop raising these sorry boys, sitting around doing nothing, playing games and laying up on the couch, and you making excuses for them.
Yeah,
but you know that he can only get a job at McDonald's. Hell, McDonald's paying $20 an hour now.
Yeah, paying $100 an hour. The thing is, there's all kind of training programs. There's all kind of lessons that are on YouTube. Yes. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do. You can teach them to code. You know, you do a whole bunch of stuff. Teach them type, teach them code, teach them to read, teach them math. There's lots of stuff that you can do that's there. All you have to do is be there and be engaged, and that's the problem.
Yeah, that's why a lot of them taking a shortcut because they can't read. They ditched school or they didn't graduate. Mm-hmm. So now they're hanging out with people who are selling drugs, breaking in somebody's house because they figure, everybody wants money, okay? Frederick Douglass said, hungry men will eat, whether it's out of your kitchen or theirs. Mm-hmm. So these women got to stop growing up these sorry boys who are doing nothing, and you won't even make them do anything around the house. I mean, nothing. It doesn't make sense at all. If they don't have a job, they ought to be doing something. What's wrong with a lawnmower? What's wrong with doing something?
No.
You know, you raise them up, they're sorry, they don't work, they don't do anything, and then it just doesn't make sense. So then they go from your house to grandmama's house. Okay? Mm-hmm. They go to Sunday school, they have a woman they're teaching them. They go to school, they have a woman they're teaching them. Mm-hmm. But the people that they know who took care of them, many of them, because about 70% of black women had a household. So all your life you've been taken care of by a woman. Mm-hmm. You guys need to listen to what I'm saying now. All your life, all you know is to be cared for and taken care of by a woman. So that becomes so comfortable to you, it becomes the norm for you to grow up and move in with a woman. You lay up on her couch, or you do nothing, or you have 4 or 5 babies and you don't take care of them because you grew up to be a do nothing. Mm-hmm. That's what I said, a do nothing man. Is it the woman's fault? Yes. When you talk about how they are, if you're the one doing the raising, well, we out here by ourselves, okay, I understand that. So that's why I'm saying to you, you have to take a new approach and a new mindset, and we have to do a better job since it's upon us to have to do that. You can't negate what you're supposed to do because the man is not there. He wasn't there. Yeah, he wasn't there when you got pregnant. You weren't married to him.
Give that baby to his father, and there's a lot of times he's there. You give, you just don't want him to. It's you half the time. If you don't want to raise him, give that boy to his father.
Keith, oh my God, you really hit on something there. Because women think somehow, who make you think that you're the best person to raise this child? Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna even let him see him if you can't pay child support. That kid don't know nothing about who have the paying for the roof over their head. Let that boy go with his father. And if his father want to take him, see, here's the thing, Shawana. Women feel like they less than a woman if they let that baby go and stay with the man because their girlfriend is in their ear and their mama and their friend. What kind of mama you? You ain't no mama. You a man. You gonna let him take that boy? You gonna let him take your baby? What's wrong? What kind of woman? Yeah. What kind of woman are you?
E. Franklin Frazier said that it's one thing about black women. Black women would rather be homeless with their kids in the street than give the child to their father, because it's a reflection on them as a woman to give up their children.
That's a shame. Women, you gotta get rid of that. If you feel like, well, he's not good enough to take care of that child, I'm getting ready to ask you a serious question.
Oh, don't do it, Dr. Rose. Don't do it.
Okay. Keith told me don't do it.
I like that.
Don't do it, Dr. Rose. I know where you headed. Don't do it. You got him. You're going to lose him. Don't do it, Doctor.
He's not good enough to keep the baby, but he was good enough for you to lay down and spread your legs. Yeah, I'm going to say it. And let him dump a seed into you, but now he ain't good enough for that seed that he put in you. Something wrong with that.
You wanted to have that baby. Come on, okay?
Yeah.
Because you felt love at the time, okay?
Right.
Okay.
And now because, you mad now because he's not paying the bills. Hell, he didn't have no job when you were laying down with him. I know I'm going to get a lot of heat from this show, but I don't give a damn. I don't today. I'm tired of this stuff. He wasn't working. He wasn't working when you laid down with him.
Why do you have a baby by your concubine? That's what I always ask. That's what I tell women all the time. He's your concubine. Why you have a baby by your concubine? Okay, a man would not do that. A man would not have a baby by his concubine. He would have a baby by his wife. Okay, those 2 different roles.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 different roles.
Working when you laid down with him. Now you're mad because he ain't paying child support. Yeah. You ready to get him locked up.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I've seen women like that. Man didn't have a job nowhere.
Yeah.
And she didn't have a baby by.
Yeah, your side dude is not the father of your children, okay? That's your side dude. Side dude there for fun and sex. Side dude's not there to support you. 2 different roles.
Wow. And now you trying to find a man to support you?
And now you want
them. They can't support themselves. That's why they're running. That's why they don't want to get married. They don't want that responsibility.
They didn't. That wasn't their job.
Pay your house note.
No, that's not their job.
Not their job.
That's not their job. Can never ask your side chick to pay your house note. Ain't her job, right?
I'm trying to tell you, everybody looking for something. Man looking for a woman to help him. She looking for a man. Somebody told me, say a woman, what they said, the woman is looking for the person, the old man is looking for a nurse.
A nurse, yeah. That's what I heard.
Oh, yes.
and sometimes an old man is looking for a person and a nurse.
He says, I need somebody to take care of me. I think you can do that.
Yeah.
And she says, I need someone to take care of me too. I think you can do that. No,
yes, there's a lot of women. There's a lot of women out there looking for a nurse. There's a lot of women out there now in their 40s looking for a nurse. I hear that from guys.
Wow.
Well,
number one. Go ahead, Keith.
Their bodies broke down, and a lot of successful guys want to keep them as a side chick. And no, she said, well, she won't take the deal. And I said, because she needs somebody in the house. Okay, she's looking for somebody to be there because her body's breaking down. I know there's I'm talking about like 10 guys in that situation. Yeah.
Let me give the number out. It's 310-928-7733. 310-928-7733. Talk to us. We're talking about 5 things that Black women can do to change the economic plight for Black America. Don't call up here talking stupid today. I'm not playing with y'all because I know what I'm talking about. 7, 8 years of walking this land, I think I've learned a little something. Number one, we said you need to stop raising up these sorry boys. That's what I said. Sorry boys doing nothing, and got a job, but I got to, and they got an iPhone and can't spell phone. Y'all need to stop it.
You know what? I have something that they could do. I have something we could do.
What you got?
What's that?
We can get together and call Dr. Rosie if you guys are interested in this, okay? If you guys are interested in doing this, you have to call Dr. Rosie to set it up. I will show some of my ideas and skills and things I have learned over the past, I don't even want to say how many years, but it's been forever. The past years, share for maybe 2 hours what you can do to get out there and buy property and understand that by building and owning property, you're building an asset that you don't have to worry about what you're going to do for SSI. And you don't have to wait. It's not too late. I don't care how old you are, how young you are. It's never too late to get into real estate, to buy a piece of property, and understand that once you own one piece of property, you can own 2 pieces, 3 pieces, and your asset category will only go up. So you'll have assets, you'll have equity. I'll show you how to do that. If you are interested, call Dr. Rosie. Dr. Rosie will set it up.
Sounds like an online webinar.
I'll give 2 hours. I'll give 2 hours
Sounds like
of
a webinar.
Learning how to buy properties, learning how to fix them, learning how to get the money, and learn how to flip them. If you're interested, call Dr. Rosie. That's the way that our Black community get back into owning the wealth, the real wealth, the land. I will show you guys how to do that for 2 hours.
And actually, one of the thing that people don't understand, Black people is one of popular gross national product. They really are. Because if you buy property, all you have to do is qualify and make the down payment. The tenant pays for it. Now, what a way to go to have you buying property, other folk paying for it, and you getting the tax write-off.
Exactly.
And you can have it when it comes time for you to retire. You can pass it on to your children. How sweet it is, as Marvin Gaye say, how sweet it is. It is, you guys.
Love buy property? No.
That's right.
It is true.
To have sweet it is to have some property. Yes,
to have some property.
Somebody paying for it for you, and all you doing, wow. So, folks, we just hit on it.
Dr. Rosie, you want to give them your number to call you? So
that's 323.
Set it up if they're really wanting to do it.
323-750-3592. That's 323-750-3592. Now, the other thing we said Black women need to stop raising up sorry boys. Oh, he my baby. He not your baby. man, 40 years old, you called him your baby.
He's a grown man. No.
And now he acting like that. He acting like he still want to suck your tit. Go somewhere and sit yourself down.
No.
Go somewhere and sit down. Get him off the titty. He's still on there. You're taking care of him. You're buying everything for him. Get him off the titty, okay? That's all I'm saying. Now, the next thing, you need to seek a male mentor for your son. Yeah. Now, and when he comes around, can you allow him to be the mentor instead of you trying to put on your negligee, trying to wear your dress cut low, trying to I ain't playing today. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this mess. I'm sick of seeing what I'm seeing in this community. We got to turn this economic piece around. And you said, what's that got to do with economic? When you raise them up not to be sorry, they'll get a job or they'll go to school. They'll do something meaningful. If you raise them up to be responsible, they don't just go around dropping babies here and there and keep walking, because it's going to bite them in the butt later. You need to tell them. When you can't even leave the country, you can't get a passport if you haven't paid child support. You need to tell them what it means to be irresponsible and have no accountability. I bet women, most of them, do not sit down and say that to their boys. Now, if you get somebody pregnant, you don't have any money to pay child support, that it's not going away because you're not working right now. It's not going away because you're in college right now. That bill is going to be there for you to pay. These are conversations, women, we need to have with our sons, and they would do better if they knew better. So it's your job to teach them. Yes, what you mean is your job because you're the one raising that child. So it becomes your job, okay? Now, seek a mentor for your son. It ought to be an uncle, a cousin, just one of your male friends. I wonder how many of you women out there have male friends? Yeah, it's good to have male friends. I've always had male friends. But some women, the only male in their life is somebody they're sleeping with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you need male friends. And ask them, I need you to be a mentor for my son. Can he go to work with you one day or to your business? Can you just stop by and have conversation with them? Reach out. You go to church. You got all those men there. You're in organization. If not, go visit 100 Men organization. Go where black men are. I guarantee you, if you would say to them, I really need a mentor for my son, I bet you they'll do it. What you think, Keith?
They would. Mm-hmm. But they should. If they're your male friend, they should know your son way before you even ask, though.
Mm-hmm. And when you find a mentor, back off. Don't be so hard on it.
Oh, yeah.
So sick of black women.
Hear that all the time.
Don't be so hard on it. You know, they know that they can sucker you in. That's why you need a man around, because the man would say to you, you shouldn't let him do that. They stay out as long as they want to stay.
I'm going to put a disclosure out there, Dr. Rosie.
Okay.
A disclosure, okay? Don't trust all men, though. Make sure you know who you're having your kids with. You know, I'm going to put that disclosure out there because...
What you said, make sure you know who you're having...
Make sure you know who the man is, because sometimes, you know, you don't want a man to be doing the wrong things to your kid. So I want to put that disclosure out there because, you know, you do have to know who you're letting be around your child as well. Make sure he is a true mentor and mentoring him in the correct way.
Yeah.
And if you have open conversation with your children, when things are getting out of order, out of hand, they will recognize it. But if you don't have that conversation with them about what a mentor, what a man is not supposed to do, what he's not supposed to say, where he's not supposed to touch, people don't have those conversations, even with the little girls. You need to say, you know, if a person touch you here, if they do this, if they hug you in a certain way and pulling you, you got to teach them. So you're right, Shawanda. So you got to have that conversation. They need to know the limits for their mentor. And that's for a man and woman. You got a lot of women out there doing stuff too. And men are telling me now how they have had their mother's friends, to actually, fonder them. But they didn't tell anybody. You know, they didn't tell because they probably liked it. You know how men are.
That's horrible.
Even as a kid, they were enjoying it, just something about men. The other thing you need
but
to
it
stop.
is wrong, guys. Don't listen to Dr. Rosie.
It's wrong either way. Yeah.
It's wrong.
You don't want an R. Kelly, at the end of the day, because that's what happened to him.
No. That's why if these people had been taught certain things, it wouldn't have gotten that far with him. Number 3, we said first stop growing up sorry boys. Yes, what I said. Seek a male mentor for your sons. Number 3, stop seeking financial means from men for yourself.
Ooh,
take care of yourself. Ain't no man responsible for you. Okay? Because the reason I'm saying this, because that's the kind of thing that your daughter see, because I've heard women in the presence of their kids, well, honey, he got to pay the late. So what are you saying? Are you a prostitute? What are you saying?
Oh, my God, he's got to pay the late.
You never heard that? I've heard, honey, he got to pay the late.
Yeah, I heard it. I mean, I haven't heard it in years, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. I tell them, I say, once I was doing with the keynote speaker for Women Day program, and I talked about, you guys talk about the women on Figueroa, but they're no different. They just happen to be on the street. You just happen to be in the comfort of your bedroom. But if he paying the late, you're a prostitute too. You're a hoe too, if that's what you want to call them.
I got a friend. He calls them proper hoes.
Sophisticated. Sophisticated, because you in your bedroom, but he got to pay to late.
He got to pay, yes.
We have something on the board, Keith.
It said, and the male mentors must be the type of man to teach these boys to do something with their hands, learn some kind of basic skill. That's from Dr. J. Those they're harder and harder to find, and those are, and there's so many demands on those type of men. They don't want to do it anymore because everybody, there's not enough of them out there anymore.
Well, I was reading something just yesterday. It was saying that the new generation, they are looking for a hand-on job. You're looking for a vocation job versus, having to go to college, or even if they were hands-on, they get a degree in something they can do hands-on. That they're going back to vocational work. So that's a good sign.
Yeah, and plus the country's pushing things that way. So, so basically, if you get involved in, in setting up programs like that, and you can find people with skills like that, the government is actually pushing people that way. So if you want to get into the nonprofits, talk to Dr. Rosie. That's a good way to get a nonprofit, because because there's a lot of people with those skills, and I've talked to people that are in those kind of trades, been there for a long time. A lot of these people are actually retiring because they're older Gen Xers and boomers, and they're getting out of the trades, but there's nobody behind them. So somebody has to fill that gap.
Well, Tim had brought me something. It was talked that 40% of parents say they would prefer if their kids pursued alternatives to 4 years of college. I know why they're saying that. So they tired of sending these kids to college, and they come back out with nothing but a school loan. Now they can't even buy a house. In fact, I was at a conference Saturday, and one of the real estate person talked about that. It needs to be a movement to stop the fact that you should not account, because a person has a school loan, that should not count against them being able to have a home. If they can rent, they'll buy a house. And I agree with that. That was a powerful statement. That's why a lot of them can't buy it, just because of the school loan. Ain't that ridiculous? Yeah. So the parents realize, no, I'd rather you find something that you can get, that you can work in, that you can even if you get terminated off a job, you can take your hands and your skill and go do on your own. So parents are waking up.
Yeah, well, number one, if you teach him to read, he can pass the ASVAB. And I told, especially in this day and age, right? I was talking to a guy in D.C. He's actually he used to be a banker. And I said the quickest way, the best way to buy a house, if you want to make sure you own a house, especially if you're a young person under age 25, just suck it up, go do 3 years in the Army or the military, they'll help you they'll get you a house. Okay, that's the quickest way, easiest way, most affordable way. And right after you get out, call Shawana. Right, you'll get a house.
Yeah.
Okay?
Absolutely.
That is
call
the best.
Shawana. You heard that.
Yeah, if you can save 10
if
years.
you have a question, call Shawana.
Well, you got to understand, Keith, a lot of the older people, not older, but mature people are retiring. It's hard work, and a lot of them been out there 40 years. So this is good time, young folk, for you to really get into the trades, because there's going to be a lot of retirements taking place. And we lost a lot of people who was in the industry during COVID.
Yeah.
You think about that. So that's a field that's wide open. So you need to really look at some of those vocations, and they're good paying jobs.
I talked about 3 guys that are project engineers, and they said that's the biggest problem that they're having, finding young people with those kind of skills, you know.
And that's who they need. They need folks out here with arthritis, high blood pressure, diabetes, stick the finger. No, anybody wants you out there. No, we need some new generation. So we said, stop growing up sorry boys. You guys write this down. Tell your neighbor. Holler out the window. Tell them what it said.
Listen, you want to break that down a little bit, though, Dr. Rosie? Like, sorry boys.
Oh, she did a whole 10 minutes on sorry boys.
Yeah, I did whole tip on. They don't wash the dishes. They don't wash the dishes. They don't do anything. You know, you taking care of them. You giving them money. They have a cell phone.
When they're 40.
When
they're 40 years old.
But see, if you don't make them sorry when they're boys, they're not going to be sorry when they become men. That's why it's important for black women to focus on how you rear these boys. They become men. They become sorry men. They become men who will not take care of their children. And that poses an economic threat on the black community. When you have babies strolled every place and nobody's taking care of them, they're on the welfare, they're on the system, and then their babies come up following their lead. They're on the system. We have to break this system. The system is great for what it worked for, but it's not for a lifetime. You get on it when you need it, so you can get food stamp, Medicare, whatever. You can go to school. They'll pay for pay for your child care. Take advantage of that. But don't let that be a lifetime thing, because when your child sees
not
you
a lifestyle.
Around, it looks good. Mama didn't work. Mama was home watching TV every day. She didn't have no job. Then they grow up not wanting a job. All they want is some babies too. Come on.
Right.
Now, stop seeking financial help from men. You need to take care of yourself.
Wow.
Okay? Take care of yourself. Men are sick and tired that number one. The average black man can't hardly take care of himself. So he got to neglect his kids or neglect something to try to support. I'm getting ready to really get deep now. Trying to support your $1,200 weave. Yeah, I said it.
You gonna get run out of church.
You know, they don't want to let me in now. You know, when COVID came, they didn't have no members on. They were glad to see me. Girl, we glad to see you. No, y'all wasn't saying that before. No, you need to stop all this buying all this hair, all these.
Yes.
I bet eyelashes, paying $10,000 to get some butt. Y'all need to stop that mess. Yeah, you need to stop it. And these little girls, I see little girl 8 and 10 years with hair on their head, blue, green, and yellow. If I was a social worker, I'd put your ass in jail. I'd lock you up. It don't make sense, because look, when you start a little girl off with long hair and you think that's pretty, she would never be satisfied without having that hair on her head. So now you have locked her in to be a lifetime customer for somebody who don't even like you. That's deep, isn't it? You have locked this little girl in. She would never feel pretty, because everybody raved about how pretty she was with her hair. Her long hair is blue, it's pink, it's green. Now, you know, ain't no little girl 10 years old got in a business with some long blue or green, orange hair on their head. Folks, that makes no sense.
No.
And we talking about economic, you wasting money. If you start doing the right thing, black women, it would change the dynamic. With your kids, don't buy them designer stuff. That's not important. Put that Get packed, put their name on their jeans. We got to turn this thing around, and black women have the power to do it. You're the one buying these boys all these expensive clothes. You're the one buying them because they want name brand shoes when they're 11 and 12. You're the one starting them out with that. You don't have to do that.
No.
Yeah, you don't have to do that. Now, the other thing, stop talking negatively about black men. Don't do it.
Ooh, you really get ready when I get out the church.
I love that.
You get ready.
Stop
You really get
talking
ready.
Words are powerful. Words are powerful.
Yeah, stop talking because your boy here ain't nothing. Men ain't nothing. Are you telling your little boy he ain't nothing? If you tell him he ain't nothing, then he start acting like nothing.
Yeah, he starts to believe it.
He starts to believe that ain't nothing
he
to me.
He starts to believe it.
Yeah, men ain't shit. And then he starts to believe I ain't shit. You know?
That's a black woman's favorite sport, Dr. Rose. You gonna take it from him? You gonna take it from him? Come on now. That's their favorite sport.
No. Oh, you guys can call us at 310-310-928. 7733 310-928-7733. I guess they're mad. They don't want to call the day that sit back, rolling their eyes.
I told you not to do it, Dr. Rose. You did it anyway. See? I told you.
I'm going to go to Proverbs, Dr. Rosie. Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue.
Yes, it is.
That tongue has the ability to either destroy or uplift. Okay, so we can uplift our children, and when you uplift your children, they grow to be so powerful. I mean, it's nothing like somebody with their shoulders holding them back. There's nothing like with believing in yourself. I mean, it's like power in that.
That's right.
Words are really powerful.
Yeah, how you gonna let your son hear you say men ain't shit? Okay. Now think about it. Women, you guys may have not thought about it before, but yes, I'm talking about that because I hear men ain't shit. Men ain't nothing but dogs. Wait a minute. You saying that in the front of your son? Then you turn around and you leave church. Now you've been to church, okay, shouting and dancing. You walk outside. Well, I get in my car and go home, honey. I don't have nothing to do with them witches and bitches. I've heard that too. Okay. Your son is listening now. When you talking about black women, he haven't seen you around any other women, so all he know about that you're talking about. So when you putting black women down, what mindset, what are you putting into your son? And then you wonder why they grow up and want everything but a little chocolate girl. Did I hit a home run right then?
Yes.
Yes, you have, yeah.
Why you think they don't want the little chocolate girl? Because you said she ain't shit. You the one calling her little bitch and little hoe.
Yeah, that's so wrong. And I say to people, it started when we were babies. I mean, some moms love their children and like, oh my God, look how beautiful, look how handsome, look at my baby. And then some kids, and shame on them parents that do that, say, oh, I can't stand you. I don't know why I had you. Oh, you disgust me. Understand those words are powerful, and we are designing and creating our child. And regardless of those feelings, you have to start to look at your child as nothing but beauty and greatness. I mean, you have to. Because you're molding them. You're molding them. It's important that you remember that. And if you have friends that you see are doing the wrong thing, you can help mold them and say how great they are when you see them. You can make a little change. You know, be the change. Be the change.
We have to. When you do, you're right though, Shawanda, because when we do all this, we lift our little girls and boys up. We lift them up to feel proud. We lift them up to have the confidence that I can start my own business. I can get a job. I can help my sisters and brothers. There's nothing wrong with women. You know, I can't stand them, honey. They women too messy. Women, black women, y'all need to do this. If I had my way, I would put tape over your mouth and I wouldn't let black women talk for 6 months and see what happens.
You're losing them, Dr. Rosa.
I would sip their lip for 6 months and see what would come out of that. That's powerful.
Yes.
Those words, you know, stop talking negative about women. Don't talk negative about men. Don't put them all in one category. If you have one man that wasn't the man for you, but you could have not been a woman for him. That's why it did not work out. Sometimes we just don't have the synergy to have a good relationship. Okay?
That's right.
So don't put it on the man because it didn't work out. It could be you. And sometime in life you grow up and you say, oh, I'm glad he left me. Anybody out there been glad somebody left? You got up late and you learned some sense and you start feeling good about yourself. And you say, oh my. What you say, Shawana? You?
I said me. I'm glad.
you glad? You glad?
I was. I have to say I am very. I mean, things happen. You may look at it as bad, but things aren't always bad. It's not always the way it seems to be.
Yeah.
So
sometimes you look back and you say, oh my God, that was the best thing. I don't know what I did to drive him away, but it was a good thing. Sometimes you look at that,
Yeah.
So we're going to stop talking negative about men and we're going to stop talking negative about women. We don't need that in our community. We don't.
Not at all.
We got to spend right now, we got to spend time lifting each other up. Now, I want you to get comfortable. This is the last one. Get comfortable with how God made you. Get comfortable with the way that God made you. Give us a call, 310-928-7733, 310-928-7733. Yes, we are talking about 5 things Black women can do to change the economic plight of Black America. Number 1, we say grow up. Stop growing up sorry boys, because sorry boys become sorry men. Sorry men are not accountable. They do not take care of their children. And many times they look for someone else to take care of them. I call them titty suckers, okay? Titty suckers, that's what they are. And not sucking for pleasure. I'm talking about financial. Yeah, that's what I said. Y'all can put me out to church. I start my own. Keep messing with me. Keep messing with me, okay?
Hey, speaking of the church, Dr. Rosie, I'm going to go there again in the Bible. You said God made you how, okay? So in Psalms chapter 139, verse 14, every one of us is wonderfully made by God, each with unique talents, purposes, and potential. Here you go.
This girl know the Bible. Did you know that, Keith? I didn't know she was a biblical scholar.
Oh, yeah.
Up in here. All right, Shawana.
Up in here.
I like it. Absolutely. You're wonderfully made.
Yes, indeed.
You run around, you can't be comfortable with yourself. Unless you got hair, you got this, you got that. I was telling them at a conference, my hair is real short. I'm a victim, really, of what a lot of you are. I remember when they was trying to get Black people to go to school when they were doing hair and braids. We were mad, Keith. They don't need to go to school. Black folk know how to do that. The reason you see all these wigs out here, because these folks and pull folks' hair out with the tight braids, not knowing how to take care of hair, just knowing how to put braids on. I'm just being honest. And then you lock them up into having to buy hair from somebody else the rest of their life because you done pulled all their hair out because you didn't know what you were doing. You knew the art. You knew how to do braids. You didn't know how to teach them how to take care, and you pull the hair too tight. But bottom line, you got to get comfortable with yourself. My hair is very short, but I tell people, look, I'm not worried about that. I can run. You got to look at the beauty in whatever situation you're in. I can run. I can swim. I can bust a sweat in bed and don't have to.
Okay, yeah.
Don't have to worry about the edges, huh?
Don't have to worry about the edges in the kitchen, okay? Y'all better leave the hair alone, I'm telling you. Shoot. And while you laughing, Keith, you guys making love to somebody else's hair. Y'all like that, run your hand all through somebody's hair.
No, we do not. No, we do not. But if she don't feel good about herself, ain't nothing gonna go down. So you got to put up with it.
Yeah, y'all getting all that energy from that hair that came off somebody else's head. You ever thought about that? Y'all getting that energy.
You can't separate a black woman from her weave and her wig. Okay.
You can't do that, huh?
You can't. Oh, that's a fight. Okay.
That's a fight.
That you don't want to. It's a fight you don't want to have.
Well, that's why you can't go swimming. She can't go swimming with you.
Yep.
And you can't make love to her until at least her hair's a week old. She ain't gonna let you mess it up. She just got out the gym.
She said a week old.
It got to be at least a week old.
A week old.
Yeah. So be comfortable with yourself, really. I'm saying that because we got women just have lost their mind about having a big behind. 10,000. And I heard one lady say to someone, Shawana, how much you pay? She said 10,000. Oh, you ain't gonna get nothing for that. And now if you really want the real deal, you got to come up with more than 10,000. I'm saying what?
Yeah, I mean, like, no, I would never. I said, I mean, but I have it naturally, but no, I wouldn't ask.
You don't know what you would do if you didn't have.
I don't know what I would do.
It's easy people talk.
Sometimes you start to gain a little weight and you start to look like that, right? And I'd be like, what the heck is falling behind me? I'm like, what is that falling behind you? What the heck when you're passing through the light? I don't even know how they do it. It's like, I got to work out to get rid of that. Do not add it.
Really, women, you get comfortable with yourself because if your daughter see you doing this, we talking about economic plight, they tend to do what they see you do. Mm-hmm. They tend to think, if you make them think that is the beauty of a woman, all those girls want to be beautiful, want to be sexy, okay? So they're going to want to do what they see you do. Be comfortable with yourself. You save a lot of money. Do you realize how much money women could save if they wasn't caught up in the hair, or if they wasn't caught up in the designer clothes, still they're making their own? Well, no, let me get off making their own, because they're not going to do that. But you don't have to have all St. John clothes. It's okay if you want to get a piece or two, but you're doing all this dressing up to be attractive to a man, but then you want that man to pay your rent because you just went and bought you a St. John. Did y'all hear what I said?
I hear what you're saying.
And you attracted to her, Keith, because she got all the floss and the Ross, and she got all this going on. Mm-hmm. But then you don't realize that you got to pay for it because she needs you to pay the car note. She needs you to pay the rent this month. Why you can't pay your own rent? Who was paying your rent before I met you? Do men ask that question, Keith?
The other guy, no. I need a new one. Why ask all those questions?
The other one ran off because he got tired of paying it. And guess what happened? You know what men tell me they do? There are women that they say they really like, and they just end a relationship. I said, well, do you tell a woman? I said, why don't you tell her? So she'll know why you left or why you didn't show up. I got tired of her draining my pocketbook. Mm-hmm. I said, you never talked to her about it? No. Because why talk about it? Because he said, once you get started, it's no turn around. Mm-hmm. Once you start paying her rent, it's like you locked in. So how do you tell her next month, I got to pay my own rent?
Yeah, wow, and you know what woman you're going out with when you take them out to dinner for the first time, and they order the lobster.
You know what she's like when you first see her. You know who she is.
Right. I mean, they know what they're getting into.
Mm-hmm.
They know what they're getting into.
They know what they're getting into.
Yeah. They know. They signed up for it.
They trying to look for a bargain.
Mm-hmm. Well, they want that showpiece on their arm. They feel good when they go out.
Yeah.
And that hair's flowing and they turning people's eyes. Oh, my beautiful lady.
The nicer the nice, right, Shawana? The higher the price, right?
Okay, that's a good way to put it.
You don't have to speak on it, Shawana.
The nice to
I'm going to go to the Bible for that one. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Fire in the family stone.
What does the Bible say about women and money? Anything in there about women and money? You don't find everything else.
Well, I think in the Bible it says the man is supposed to take care of the woman.
That ain't nowhere in the Bible. You sound like Tyler Perry now. It's your job. John 156 chapter, 6,000 verse 1005 says.
Yeah, exactly.
Ain't nowhere in the Bible said that a man's supposed to take care of a woman. And ain't nowhere in the Bible said a woman's supposed to take care of a man.
Rosie.
Okay.
This is a good one. I have one for you guys.
Give me a good one.
Proverbs 31 describes a virtuous woman as an entrepreneur who sources materials, crafts products, and manages her household efficiently.
Yeah.
She is depicted as making wise and profitable decisions, buying a field from her earnings, and ensuring.
Sign me up.
Look like it said a woman's supposed to be doing something, supposed to be up, working, making stuff in the field. It didn't say you're supposed to be always in the bed on your back trying to connive. It didn't say nothing about that. It said you're supposed to be productive.
Productive, yes.
That's what that girl know the Bible and went and found the scripture quick, didn't she, Keith?
Yeah, she found it. Instead of saying that other thing, she wouldn't find the real thing.
But you guys, I'm telling you folks, women, all I really, we've had fun, but I spoke truth. And I mean every word I said. Stop raising up these sorry boys because they become sorry men and they produce sorry children. And we have a lousy community with that. You have the power. Why am I saying you have the power? Because it's more you than it is them. So we have to look at ourselves and say, what are we doing? Because the type of male you're raising, would you want him to marry your daughter? That's the question I want to ask. That's what I want you to look. Women, I want you to look at these men, these boys that you're raising, and I want you to ask this question to yourself. Is this the kind of man that I would want my daughter to grow up and marry? If you can answer that question, if you can be honest about that, I think it'll make a difference. And you're trying to raise them up. And I'm not saying there's a lot of people don't have a job, but be useful. Do something. I don't care if you don't do nothing, go and volunteer at a volunteer center. If you go help feed the homeless, all I'm saying, Keith, is do something other than lay on the couch and play games, because this game really got them now. They're addicted to games.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you got to get them off the couch.
Yeah.
If you have to pay somebody to hide them, so I'll pay y'all to let them work for you.
In China, they call it laying flat.
So we got to make a change. So women, all I'm saying that you are so important. You're so precious. You're so gracious. You're so smart. You're smart because you found a way to make it in spite of the fact that they have jailed so many of our black men, in spite of the fact that the father's not there. Either maybe he got gunned down in a war-torn street based on where they live. Maybe he's not there because he just died from natural cause. But you're here. He's not there, but you're here. So all I'm saying is to roll up your sleeves and roll up your sleeve, sister warrior. Sister warrior, face the battle. Face the battle so the next generation can change, because they tend to do what they see. And we have to change what they're seeing in us in this community. We have to change that. This guy told me, Keith, he's a contractor, that he did this house, and this little boy came in. He said, "Oh, man, this looks like white folks' house." Because he's not used to seeing that. The narrative have to change. If we want to change our condition, if we want to change our economic plight, we're going to have to do something different. And women, I'm saying it's in your hand. You buy the grocery, you buy the clothes, and men and you pick out the clothes that your husband wear. We have the power to change the dynamics of the economic plight in our community. It's in your hand. So I'm not trying to put extra responsibility on you. You're already doing it. All I'm saying, just change the way you're doing it. And we will all be good. Any closing remark, Keith?
I wholeheartedly agree. Basically, what was it? The saying? It's better to raise strong boys, than try to train broken men.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, folks, remember, stop raising grown-up sorry boys. Seek a male mentor for your son. Stop financially depending on men to take care of you. Take care of yourself. Stop talking negatively about men and stop talking negatively about black women. Yeah. Get comfortable with how God has made you. Okay? And signing off, I want you all, don't forget, Black Writers on Tour is coming up. Authors and business owners from across this country are going to be there. The admission is free. Parking is free. 12 different seminars, they are all free. And you're going to see something you've never seen before. We have a farmer there. We have African-American agriculture business that's going to be there. We have a doctor out of North Carolina who has invented a game. You remember TikTok, Keith?
Yeah.
Okay. His son asked him, he was 7 years old, why can't more than 2 play? He had an extra friend. Why can't 3 play? They invented the game. TikTok Mo. Okay. You have a guy there who, does coffee. And I didn't realize that there was so much money in coffee and the origination of coffee. And he was explaining to me the fine coffee of Africa. Man, if we all just start buying coffee, just one product that had to do with black folk, we could change the dynamic. It's absolutely incredible. And make sure you all go to my YouTube. Over 200 of my archive shows ago. That's Dr. Rosie, / Dr. Rosie 1. Make sure you go to YouTube and send your friends there, because we throw down nothing but knowledge, stuff that you won't hear on Channel 2 and Channel 5. This show is going to rebroadcast is that 9 p.m.?
Yeah, that's 6 p.m. Pacific time and 9 p.m. Eastern time.
So you want to make sure that you get on to it. It's been a nice day, but I'm not taking back nothing I said. I mean every word of it. Every word of it. Okay, so don't be sending me no email. I'm not going to even read it about that kind of stuff, because I'm not taking that back, and I'm not taking back my black. It's Jewel Diamond say I'm keeping my black, okay? All right, you guys go and have a great day as you go on your way. And remember to be kind, and remember that it's time to make a change. And it begins with you. Have a great day, Keith. Shawana got so holy and talking the Bible, I guess the devil snatched her off. The devil didn't like that. See, the devil don't like that kind of talk. He knocked her off the phone, knocked her off the air. Yeah, knocked her off the air talking about the Bible. Woo. All right, you guys, we'll see you next week with something new.